Whew. Look at that beautiful force light is coming out. Oh, look at that. I just love Happy Saturday. How that light just comes out bit by bit. Today's another history in the making. Morning. Another history in the making is today. Yes, history in every day is a history. Because we're about to make it right now. We are on this journey again this morning. I cannot believe it myself. Actually excited. Don't even know what to say, should I say. Just excited, really. Yeah, just excited. And what is it? What is it this morning? I do not know. But yes, another beautiful morning in the making. Oh, it's Miss Jacqueline, the Californian people. Why are you not sleeping? That time of the morning, it is 3 a.m. So that you should be up meditating, or should be in bed, or just waking up. So yeah, beautiful morning so far. I think today will be like marathon number, what number am I? 93 or 94 is today. Got 6 more days to go. I'll get to 100. Once I get to 100, I'm just gonna continue anyway. So the daylight this morning, what was I thinking of? The discipline of the mind, body, and soul. That's what came into my mind. Let me see this. Oh, good. I like that. About to meditate, she said. Well, I got up about, what time did I get up? 2.5 hours ago, yes. No, 3.5 hours ago. That was around that. As a matter of fact, 2:30. Yeah, about 4 hours ago I got up. Yeah, I've been up for 4 hours now. About that 2:30. And it's not getting a little. I heard the first alarm went off at 2. I was just a little lazy. So the discipline of the mind, body, and soul absolutely blew me away. Many years ago, I used to think I was in shape. And the more I do this thing, the more I realize I'm still not in shape. I'm just barely getting by. There's so much to learn about the human body. Absolutely amazes me. Real funny though, I will say this. For all the people that like to run, there is just something about implementing the push-ups into your yoga. I would say you should not do any push-ups without, you should not do any yoga without push-ups, period. Because what that does, once you learn how to lift your body, it helps when you're in your feet to lift your body too. It creates a lot of relaxation. And when you begin to do that, your whole thing about stretching your body becomes meditative, because you breathe in very slowly, because you are trying to cultivate that chi energy, they call it. And trying to cultivate that energy requires patience and focus. I like the quietness I'm feeling over here. Just getting up every day. It's really funny how life works out. I literally end up in a spiritual community where I just get up, do my meditation, walk there, and just go for a run. Really funny how those things sort of work out. And a lot of reading. It's just so funny how the things that used to matter to me now doesn't matter anymore. But I will say this is the most I've pushed myself. Oh, yeah, I've run a couple of ultra marathons, 100-mile races, but it isn't like the discipline that comes into running a marathon all the time. And what this thing does to you, it humbles you. Yes, the more you push your body, the more humble you become. That's why it's very hard for a lot of runners to be humble, because sometimes when you really push your own body and you push yourself to the limit, it really brings that humbleness out of you. Running won't be such a competition anymore. It's just about that humbleness. You become so humble beyond your own imagination. Because each time you push your body, you realize, just like anything in life, you realize you want to get better. And you also realize that as humans, the word expert and being perfect is absolutely sometimes not possible. You could understand things to a certain level, but as far as those big grammars, as experts and all that, I doubt it. I doubt it. The birds are singing. And what I also like is every time I come out here, it's just like talking to myself. I don't have to write anything down. I just started talking. I like the way the daylight, each step I take, the daylight comes out. It was a little darker when I first started. And now each step I take, the daylight comes out, and it's just really unique. So I don't write anything down. I just come down there and just start talking. And because I've been homing a lot, my voice has been getting a little more of a dip. Dipness is coming into it, and it's changing. So what I've done a lot on this run is just homes. It really builds that vibration of home. Just it's really funny how when you read about it, it just doesn't make sense, but to get the opportunity to do it for 4 hours, just home, there is part to it. You'd be really, really amazed what it actually does. Yeah. So it's between that homing and all those type of good things, and standing in the sun, looking in the sun, you really can heal your own body. And when let's talk about healing your own body, you really have to push your body beyond. It's not the way it sounds. You really have to spend a lot of time with the body. Makes you realize that your whole body is like, when you're trying to heal it or trying to get in tune with it, you have to treat it as if there's a pin that is dropped into a little balls. And when you begin to look for that pin among those little balls, you have to be attentively listening to your breath all the time. especially every morning when you're sitting down, because each time gravity pulls you when you sit still, the pain that comes into your body is from a lot of stress that you carry. So that pleasure, we love pleasure so much that we don't want to sit still or sit down just to face that pain. So what we do every time we sit still and we feel a little tense, a little pain, we quickly, shall I say, get out of the pose and just find something else to do. And that's just the same way we run away from all our lives. Everything in our lives, we run away from it. If it's not pleasurable, we don't like it. We just want it to be so easy. And that's why these days I laugh a lot. Because sitting with those pains in your body ain't easy. Because I do it every day. It's like, wow. Yeah. So what yoga eventually does, so that pain will disappear one day. So I can't wait. But yeah, sitting in those pains and dealing with those pains can sometimes be difficult, because that's the stress that causes all this pain in the body, and it's very easy to run away from it. And I guess that has to do with a lot of pleasure. We love pleasure. Pleasure, we just love it. Anything that is discomfortable, we ignore it as much as we can. But sometimes those pain and discomfort is what really make us a better person. But we just don't want to go through it. And I get it too, because yeah, sometimes, yeah, even though I come out here every day, you would think I don't go through all that. No, absolutely amazing. Sometimes all I could do is just drag that feet, and it's just dragging their feet it is. No offense to it. So at the end of the day, it's all about that self-discipline. You know, that self-discipline that isn't very much mentioned in our Judeo teaching. Because that self-discipline, we've taken it out of the content. So what we did consciously, we give it to someone else to handle. And you know, that emotional power, we give it to someone else to handle, when that emotional power is what we could use to heal our own body by itself. Because when we sit with that emotion and deal with it, we're healed. We're not playing with this house. This house is here like $1 million. I'm thinking of buying one. But I actually went on top of this place the other day. It's got a beautiful view. You can see a lot of things on top of there. So yes, let me go ahead and continue, because I'm just warming up. It's getting a little hotter. I thought it would be a little cooler today, but unfortunately the heat has picked up. So today is all about that self-discipline and self-love, self-transmission, or whatever the biscuit you want to call it. No, self-transformation. I said biscuit. You see how I say that, biscuit with passion? Yeah, I should start a hashtag that says, instead of saying, say biscuit instead of the F word. I'm thinking of that. Say biscuit instead of the F word. Because the F word, there's just an energy in it that we don't even realize. Words are so powerful, but we tend to ignore it. Yeah, so yes, let me go ahead here on this beautiful smiley day of mine. I'm a little drowsy. I'm high from life. Ooh, let me turn off this light. Oh, finally I can turn the light off. Anyway, Miss Jacqueline, got to go. So in England, when we say we're going to have to love you and leave you, it doesn't mean anything bad. It's just that means I got to get off here, and I'll be thinking about you. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. The Californian people. All right, mate. Cheers.